Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to automatically add PayPal orders to Google Sheets. So the idea is that if someone makes a purchase on PayPal for a product on my online store, the details of that transaction will be automatically added into Google Sheets. But the issue here is there is no direct connection between PayPal and Google Sheets. So that is why I will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates PayPal and Google Sheets. The best part here is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is a checkout page with the buy button of PayPal and this is my Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a purchase of this product as a dummy customer and see whether details of this particular purchase has been added into Google Sheets automatically or not. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, let me just copy this link, okay? And let me just open this in an incognito mode, okay? The reason I'm doing is we will get a perspective how a customer will purchase. So this is the product, okay? This is the product that is Superwatch. Buy it now, okay? So this is the button of PayPal. So let me just enter the details of the customer. Okay, so a payment of $1 is going to be made by a person. So let me just straight away click on login. Okay, so the payment is going to be made. Okay, so it is going to be made by MasterCard. Let me just click on pay now. Okay, so as you can see, a payment of $1 has been made. Okay, and the product is Superwatch Super. So we have the payment made by a person called as Neeraj Agrawal. So these are his residential address and all those details. So let's explore, do we have the same details in Google Sheets or not? Okay, so let me just take you to Google Sheet. Okay, yes, we do have the details of the customer in Google Sheet. We have the name, okay, we have the customer email address, we have the amount that is $1, we have the customer address, then we have the product name that is Smartwatch Super, this is the transaction ID and this is the tracking ID. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from PayPal to Google Sheets? So basically here we have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates Google Sheets and PayPal. The integration process is actually very easy. Let me show you how it's done. So in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. So this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account, so let me just straight away click on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. At the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as PayPal to Google Sheets. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. And let me just click on create. So when you click on create, you will find two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now we will be sending the data from PayPal to Google Sheets. So the PayPal will be our trigger. So that is why I'm going to add the app as PayPal in the trigger window. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as payment captured or payment completed, payment sale completed, this one. Okay, so the essence here is we are just trying to integrate PayPal to Pabbly Connect first. So these are the steps you have to follow. Okay, so first of all, we have to go to the PayPal account. So this is my PayPal account. That's clear. Then we have to go to the account settings. Okay, so let me just go to the account settings. Okay, so this is how you go to the account settings. Okay, that's done. Now in the account settings, you have to go to the notifications page and then click on update link. Okay, we have to go to the notifications page. Now in the notifications page, what else? We have to go to the instant payment notifications item. Okay, instant payment notifications item. Now here we have to just click on update. Okay, that will be done. We have clicked on update. Okay, then what? Then we have to select the IPN settings. So this is the IPN settings. We have selected it. Then what? Then after specifying the URL, we have to actually specify the URL. So let me just show you the URL. So this is the URL you want. So what do we do with this URL? You have to add this URL here. Okay, so that will be done. We just copy this URL and we just paste it here. That's done. Okay, so what's next? Then after that, you have to make sure that you click on receive IPN messages. Okay, you just make the task, click receive IPN messages. Just click on save. Okay, so it is already showing it is waiting for the data. Now, before we create a dummy transaction, how about we create a product and add a button of PayPal? So let me just go to PayPal, click on pay and get paid. Okay, and here you will find, here you will find PayPal buttons. Click here. And let me just click on buy now. Okay, so this is the button that we will be embedding on our WordPress site. So buy now, and the item name is, let's say, drone. Okay, so we are going to create a product or a checkout page of the product in WordPress, and this is the item ID. Okay, something random, and the price is $1. Okay, so if you want, you can make changes accordingly. Okay, in case of step 2, you can add more details, and also in the step 3, you can customize your button, but I'm happy with these settings. Let me just straight away click on create button. Okay, so this is the code that we have to add. Now, before we add the code, let me just create a page. Okay, let me just create a page and add some picture of a drone, create a product, and in that particular page, I will be embedding this checkout page URL or this checkout page button. So let me just click here and let me just add drone. Okay, and after that, let me just add a media so that it may look like a perfect checkout page with the image and all those things. Insert. Okay, so the image is getting inserted. Okay, so this is the image and this is the name of the product, drone. Okay, and here I'm going to enter the codes. Okay, let me just go to the text. This is the code. I'm just going to copy this and then I'm going to paste it here. Okay, let me just have a look at the visual. Okay, and straight away let me just click on publish. Okay, so our product page is getting published. Okay, so this is the product page. Okay, let me just explore the product page. Okay, excellent. I'm just going to copy this and let me just open this in a new window. Okay, so let it open. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is we are going to make a dummy purchase. So let me just click on buy now. Okay, so let me once again enter the details of the customer who is going to make a purchase of this particular drone for $1. Okay, login. So the payment is going to be made by a person called as Neeraj, and the payment will be of $1. Okay, and he's going to pay through MasterCard. So these are the details. Okay, let me just straight away click on pay now. Okay, so the payment of $1 has been made by a person called as Neeraj. Okay, so these are his details. Now let's have a look. Do we have the details of this transaction in Pabbly Connect? Because Pabbly Connect is integrated with PayPal. So let me just straight away take you to Pabbly Connect. Okay, let me just straight away take you to Pabbly Connect, and we do have the response. So as you can see, this is the value. Okay, that is $1, and this is the this is the address of the purchaser. Okay, the person who has made the purchase, and this is the name of the customer or the purchaser. Okay, and then we have the country code and the rest of the details, and this is the most important thing, that is the payer's email address. Okay, we have got all the details. Now what we're going to do here is we have to add all these details into Google Sheet. Now before we do that, there are some things I have to show you. So as you can see, the payment status, it is showing it as completed. Okay, but the issue here is PayPal IPN works for all types of triggers like payment completed, payment created, payment cancelled or reversed, payment denied, payment expired, payment pending, or even for payment failure. But we only want the data for those cases when the payment is completed. So that is why we have to apply the filters. So the filter will allow only those cases where the payment is completed, not for the other ones. If you don't understand, let me just show you. So what I'm going to do here is, let me just click on payment status. So these are the payment status we have. Let me just show you. Let me just scroll down a minute. Okay. So these are the status. Okay. So as you can see, these are the payment status we have. Payment cancelled, payment completed, payment created, payment denied, expired, failed, pending, refunded, reversed, processed, voided. So these are all the payment status we have. We only want that data when the payment has been completed. Okay. But unfortunately, the IPN will give the data of all of these statuses. The cancelled one, the created one, the denied one, even the failed ones. So my point is, we only want those cases where the payment has been completed. So that is why we are going to apply the filters. The filter will allow only those cases where the payment is completed, not for the other ones. So let me show you how we can establish the filter. So in this action window, we are going to select the app as filter, filter by Pabbly. We click here. Okay, so first of all, we have to make sure that the select label is related to payment status. Payment status, okay. Now this is equal to, the value will be completed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so that's ready. The payment status is equal to completed. Only the data will flow to Google Sheet. Now, other than this, there is something else you should know. Now, this actually came from the web. Okay. Now, here we have some of the choices, the transaction type. So let's have a look at the transaction type. Okay. Now, this is something random. I mean, this is not really necessary. Now, the idea is that we want to send the data only when the payment is made in case of a debit card, okay, or a direct credit card, or with a buy now button. If you may remember, we had established a buy now button, okay, and it was done through credit card. So we can also establish these cases, okay, that if the web accept was done, the payment was done with a credit card or with a buy now button. So this is how you can establish the condition. So once again, we are going to create one more filter. So let me just add plus sign. Now this is not really necessary. Okay. So let me just go to the trigger and let me just scroll down. Okay. And here you will find the transaction type. Okay. We have to look for the transaction type. Make it as transaction type is equal to, now we want the transaction type as web accept. Okay. If you may remember, we have got the payment information from web. That to direct credit card as well as using the buy now button. Now if you want some other ones like subscription cancelled or subscription EOT, subscription failed or send money, you can also add those too. But I'm happy with this one, that is web accept. Let me just straight away click on paste. Okay, so we have made two conditions, that the payment status is equal to completed and the transaction type is web accept. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, excellent. It is showing the condition is true. So basically now the filter will allow only those cases where the payment status is completed and that too the payment has been made from the web version. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to send all this data to Google Sheet. So let me introduce one more action window. Now in this action window, we are going to select Google Sheets. Google Sheets it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as add new row? Simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with Google Sheets. Okay, so these are the series of Gmail accounts I have. Now I plan to send the data to this particular Google Sheet. Sales through PayPal. Okay, this is the Google Sheet I am interested in. Sales through PayPal. Now this particular Google Sheet is located in this Gmail account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect wants access to my Google Sheet. So before I give the access, let me tell you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just press continue. Okay, so the authorization is successful. Brilliant. Okay, so as you can see, some fields has appeared in front of you. Now we have the first field, that is select spreadsheet. Now this is the spreadsheet that we are interested in. Sales through PayPal. So how about we change the spreadsheet, because these are all the spreadsheet that is present in my Google Drive or my Gmail account. So this is the sheet that I'm interested in, sales through PayPal. We have selected it. Okay, so this is my spreadsheet. Okay, sales through PayPal. Now you obviously thinking why we have added the action event as add new row. Well, the answer is very simple. We are going to fill all these adjacent cells one by one, thus creating a new row. I repeat this again. The reason we have added the action event as add new row is because we are going to add or insert data into adjacent cells one by one, thus creating a complete row. Now we have the select sheet as sheet 1. This is because there is only one sheet, that is sheet 1 for this spreadsheet sales through PayPal. I hope it is clear. So let's start mapping. We have the fields such as customer name, email, amount, customer address, product, transaction ID, and track ID. So all the columns that is present here is now being reflected as fields. So let's start mapping. We have the customer name. Now, if you may remember, the customer name was something Neeraj or something. Yeah, this is the name, customer name. So we are going to map that particular detail here. Okay, so we scroll down, we click here, and the name was Neeraj, and we have mapped it. Easy. Then we have the customer email. We click here, and the customer email was magnetbrains1@gmail.com. We have mapped it. The amount was, I think, $1. Okay, one, and let me just also add USD or dollar. I'm going with the dollar sign. Okay, then let me add the customer address. So the customer address is this, and we have mapped it. Then we are going to add the product. The product, I think, was drone or something. Drone. Do we have a drone? Yeah, this is the name, drone. Then we have the transaction ID. So the unique transaction ID is, where is the transaction ID? Okay, yeah, this is the one. We have mapped it. And then we have the tracking ID. So the tracking ID. Let me just scroll down. Do we have any tracking ID? Nope, yeah, IPN tracking ID. So this is the one we want. So we have mapped all the details. At this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this data to Google Sheet. Let me do that. Okay, so the response is a positive one. So let's have a look. Okay, so we have the name of the customer, that is Neeraj. We have the customer email. Then we have the amount. We have the customer address. We have the product. We have the transaction ID. We have the tracking ID. So we have got all the details in Google Sheet. The presence of these details or this data confirms we have a successful integration between PayPal and Google Sheet. Now, before you leave, let me just show you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window. And of course, let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated PayPal to Pabbly Connect, and then you have established two conditions. The first condition was if the payment is completed, then only the data should flow. And the second condition is if the transaction type is web accept, then only the data should flow. Then after that, you have integrated Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect so that to insert all this data into Google Sheet. So now we have a perfect flow of data between PayPal and Google Sheet. Excellent. So not just these two apps, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Also, the link of Pabbly Connect as well as the workflow is available in the description box. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.